win. It's over.
It is.
Fuck!
You absolute hoe bag.
Yes, indeed. I have killed the
no.
absolute hoe bag.
You don't get to kill me, then run off like the little bitch you are. Come on, come here. Get back over here, you flame bitch.
Here, kid.
I'm the only
Here,
flame
kid.
bitch around here.
Here, kid. Sorry for stepping on you.
Oh, you're
Alright, time to put the little
bitch.
boy in the fucking girl's cradle.
What?
Exactly.
I don't know.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what that means. We're gonna find out what that means right now.
I let it go over my head.
You.
Here, take 2
You're on
sets
your
of
own
dragon
now.
tears.
Time to die.
1 tears from a regular dragon, and the second set of tears is from a little girl who did some weird ass shit and cried icicles. The sun rises. My finger points. I'm having a...
How do you still have over a third of your health? Jesus, I've really laid into you with my machine gun.
That's how I feel about fighting this asshole that I just killed.
If
That was
you
like maybe the
shooting
3rd
that guy
time
with
I
a
reached
machine
his
gun,
final
I'm shocked.
form? Oh, God. His 2nd and 3rd forms were way easier than his 1st. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, it ain't a reverse birth thing, it's a Kingdom Hearts thing. She's not shoving this fucking other kid into her vagina, she's dematerializing him and shoving it into her heart. Okay. That makes a little more... That makes a little more
I'm glad you think so.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't think a 13-year-old girl could fit a 13-year-old boy inside of herself.
Yeah, you
Are
think?
you fucking... Are you fucking...
Gabe is like, why did I return?
Because he fucking missed this shit? I'm sure it will be a very long one indeed.
You know... When the world needed him most, I'm starting to begin to understand why the Avatar vanished.
Oh! Ryu no Shinobi! He's no longer Miko no Shinobi.
Yeah? Good for him.
Good for him.
They're going west. Are you trying to tell me that the Divine Dragon came from America?
Nothing good has come from America.
I mean, it gave people immortality, so you're probably right.
Yeah, I absolutely do not want humanity to become immortal. We need
Ah!
to die.
Wow!
Can you imagine the amount of shit we'll mess up if we were immortal?
I don't even want to think about it. That gives me a level of existential dread.
R&D section, Jun Ito. My brain wanted to read that as Junji Ito for so long. There was no G, just Jun Ito. Although Ito was capitalized.
What about Junito?
Junji Ito.
No, there was no Jewish form of the First of the Dead. I'm sorry.
Juyito.
God.
No, nobody threw a goblin from Harry Potter.
Skidito.
Fucking stupid.
Because, yeah, apparently the goblins from Harry Potter were, euphemisms for the Jewish.
Of course they
You know, I hate that the new game has recently been announced for PS5. Because it looks pretty good, but that means supporting J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd want to support the developers who spent the time actually making that game and trying to make it something good.
Here's what you do. You buy a disc version of the PS5, wait for the Hogwarts game to come out, buy it used. You get to play the game, they don't see a single cent. Victory.
I guess. I mean, I do plan to buy the disc version of the PS5 anyway.
Also,
Just
you better play
custom
fucking Demon
compatibility,
Souls, you
son.
pleb.
I probably will. But I'll also be playing the shit out of Miles Morales.
I mean, yeah.
And
Isn't that
Godfall,
also
'cause
coming to
game is
PS4,
good.
though?
I don't think it is. I think that's PS5 only.
I could have sworn they said that PS4, that the Spider-Man, that Miles Morales was going to also be coming to PS4, but later on.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to get PS5. I'm definitely going to be like...
Oh yeah, no, you're probably going to play a
live
superior
streaming
version, but...
I'll be live streaming the shit out of Miles Morales. I've already seen the way he handles in comparison to Peter. It's pretty fucking good. There are a lot of differences in the way he swings and things like that. It's pretty fucking good. And I also see this one's not so much based around, it's not got such a heavy emphasis on different kinds of web varieties as much as it does on actually Miles' separate powers.
I honestly wish that he was older, though, so that way he could hook up with Black Cat. Because I'm sorry, she hot. She hot!
I think Miles Morales game is set a few years after the events of Spider-Man PS4 because Miles seems to be in his own place, in a house or an apartment with a friend, and I assume that means he's like a university student or something now.
I wonder if they're going to mention the fact that his girlfriend's family was all part of Hydra.
You mean her?
Yeah. No, he said,
Did he
oh,
have
you
a
mean
racist
her.
white girlfriend?
He had a white girlfriend who didn't seem like she was racist at all. But then it turned out her and her family were actually part of Hydra. And he's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And what's worse is that she was stupid cute too. It's like, oh, come the fuck on. You gotta treat the black kid like this?
You gotta treat the black kid dirty. Don't
So
do him
you
dirty.
gotta give him a hot fucking girlfriend, and then just like, oh yeah, she's white. Oh yeah, her whole family's hails Hydra. It's like, motherfucker!
Yeah. That is a thing that happens.
I feel like that came from the minds of the same kinds of people who would fucking go, oh yeah, Captain America would totally support the Nazis. Like, excuse me?
No, yeah.
The kinds of people that would say, Superman would never punch a cop. Dude, there are entire comics where Superman is beaten down on regular police force because they're being shitheads. Superman would be right up in there. He would literally be the shield at all the fucking Black Lives Matter protests. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but the reason Superman was doing it wasn't necessarily injustice as much as it was as him going a bit fucking insane with his power, which happens far too frequently to the point where I'm like, how do people think Superman's a good hero?
No clue.
It's because people like the people who write those plot lines are basically real life Lex Luthors, where they're so focused on the what if that they don't actually think about what Superman actually is. He might be an alien with superpowers, but the boy was raised on a farm in Kansas. He knows the goddamn value of hard work, love and care, gentleness, being fucking giving and caring to people and whatnot. He is the titular, the reason why he's called the Boy Scout is because he is the titular Boy Scout. He is probably the kindest, fucking, most caring, giving, understanding motherfucker you'll ever see. Like, I've seen some really good panels of Superman comics. Mostly ones involving him fucking dealing with fucking people who are on the edge of fucking offing themselves. This motherfucker actually, there's a comic panel where he actually fucking is talking to this girl who's on the ledge of a building. He doesn't do shit except float there and talk to her a bit, and when she says, can we not talk about this right now because it's too much, he's like, alright, I'm just gonna be right here, and when you want to talk, we can talk. And he floats there until late at fucking night, and then the cop fuckers are shining a spotlight, and she's like, that's kind of bright and hurting my head, can you make them stop? He immediately turns his head and lasers the fucking wire so it turns right the fuck off. This motherfucker is the most caring asshole in the fucking world. Gentle as a fucking newborn kitten. Without the teething aspect.
I prefer the way that Deadpool handled the person who was wanting to commit suicide.
What, jumps with him?
Oh God.
Nope. He allowed them. He basically got them to be the biggest asshole they could be. They asked him to join him in what he was doing that night. They did. They showed him a bunch of assholic things, and then got them to get help. They
Oh,
saw
yeah,
how
actually,
fucked things really were.
I do remember that, actually.
It was weirdly sweet for Deadpool. In his own way.